outside going to a job interview. Got some friends over here, some pines. This road, U.S. Highway 202. 2021, you know, I was driving to my uncle and Nimmick's house. You know, Donna called me, like she does. She said, "Come on, you're gonna help Uncle around the yard, like, and then, you know, we'll sign some paperwork for like you know, for healthcare, for your insurance." You know, I was like, all right, very skeptical. And I was driving here, and it was this, you know, telepathic, clear audience kind of thing. But it was also like, you know, someone was really just putting effort to, like, you know, shut my mind, like to close my mind. Also, like, gave me like a breakdown, like I couldn't even concentrate, you know. As I was driving, there was interferences, you know, communication. It's you know, it's annoying. Whoever you are, I don't know if you're watching my YouTube, but I know you're watching, listen right now. It's like, you know, I said, like, you're not gonna tell me the truth mentally, also in person. Like, you know, I don't wanna, you know, I don't trust anybody like this. It just wastes of fucking time. But 2021, summer 21, you know, I became so much horror, mental horror, and you know, my delusion about all the people around me, you know, just dissipate. I saw, you know, how sociopathic, cruel, and you know, deceptive people were, including the Nimmicks. You know, but on the drive there, I thought like I wasn't gonna make it. It was just like, you know, I remember seeing this vehicle, it was a classic, and I started concentrating on it. And it was sudden relief, and then it came right back. You know, when I got to Nimmicks, like, I was talking, and my eye was just like boggling back and forth. Donna over there laughed, you know. I kind of laughed at it too, but I was just like in shell, like a shock. It was like a traumatic experience I was going through. I don't know if it was individuals talking to me directly. It was, I couldn't even think properly, you know. It's very, you know, it was very menacing nonetheless. And I got there, and you know, I think, you know, I actually, Adam Nimmick was over there. Agatha Nimmick was over there. They're my cousins, you know, direct cousins, if you will, on my mother's side. Stan Nimmick, that's my mother's brother. Anyway, with me and Adam took like they had a patio, like a pool, like by the pool was like a swing. It was like, it was really old, deteriorating, rusty. So we took it apart, and I had issues trouble focusing. I remember that, and he was like, "Oh, good job, yeah," because he knew what was going on. And you know, I just remember that, you know, Ben Burnley. I heard him. He communicated with me, and you know, he was like, I was just thinking about the song "Follow." And at that time, I was like, you know, I listened to their album. I think I was gonna go to the show. I already went to the show, and I didn't didn't let me in. I didn't have proof of a vaccine, and there was a whole story how, you know, I couldn't buy the tickets. Actually, I got, you know, I got thrown off for Ticketmaster, and I bought it again. You know, so I should have had a common sense practicality. Like, these people don't want me there, you know. But you know, I was thinking, you know, about some songs like "Never Again," this and the other. I was skeptical about other songs in the past. And Burnley was like, it was his voice, like, "What do you want, money?" And I was walking by the pool, and I was like, "I don't want your fucking money. And even then, I don't want your money." You know, and we were, me and Stanley, Adam Nimmick, that we put like they put a pool lining. And I remember, you know, my mind actually started working. I recovered. And I was just something about the lining. It was like, you know, it wasn't put together. Like, they had to buy a separate part for the lining to be like hoisted or held to like the concrete on the side. You know, just why don't you like integrate this and the other thing, you know, something like that. And I think I don't know if Adam said, "Oh, you should be on Shark Tank." You know, it's $1 million idea. I was surprised someone thought about it. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, I'll get accepted anyway, right? And I think you know, I don't know if I said the word etymology. Where's the, you know, Shark Tank come from? How they call it Shark Tank, you know? So I never fully saw the show, but he turned around. He was just like red with like anger or some hatred, you know. Like, my mind is thinking, you know, using my, you know, some form of trickery and intelligence, some form of devious manipulation, conspiring to figure things out. You are a conspiracy of you, which is, you know, sense something, you know, which is, you know, communicate, you know. But I sat there, and it was a whole story behind that meeting over there. Stan Nimick, Adam Nimick's father there, like a sarcastic tone told me, what, you ever here? Did you ever help me? I was like, are you fucking for real and serious? It wasn't that one time, And it was just like, it wasn't even a slap in the face. You're slapping yourself in the face with that one. It's like, I can't take it seriously, So, yeah, that was 2021, and I just passed their house. It's like, this is, the Nimitz, I think they moved here in 91 or something like that. I went on a website, I saw how much they bought the property. I think it was like $160,000 or $170,000, back in like the early 90s. But yeah, it's places like, it's kind of rural. Some places, structures weren't here in the 90s, Like, I think this is, it's not a Wawa. It's a Wawa. There's one Wawa, there's another Wawa. 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 No, this is a gas station, Speedway. Wawa's back that way. There's another one coming up. Structures change, and the infrastructure evolves. But yeah, it just, it brings back like memories. Not that 2021. And I'm not even thinking about like childhood memories. We used to drive here, usually like, on the weekends, me and my parents, to go to their house. And a lot of times it was other relatives, they had like a grill barbecue. So everyone would, hang out by the pool. It was like a thing, it's like a thing. Things change though. Even, that was the last time I actually saw them in person, actually talked to them. That was 3.5 years ago. Besides, phone conversation, and then just being acting disrespectful and, beyond, full of deceit, and couldn't even get a conversation about the issues at hand, or problems between us and anything else, So it's like there's no point in going there, and I actually expected them to be honest or decent individuals. I have no intentions. I have no even thoughts of even confronting them. We just wouldn't go anywhere, and I just I don't have time to be aggravated. I really don't. Yeah, you live on this cloak of a delusion, and you overcome it, and you see what they are. That was the last time I saw them, and I actually left that place. I don't know if I said bye to Stanley. He was walking like, he had an axe in his hand. And it was walking really slowly. It was like on the bottom slope of the hill, where my father Merrick helped to build these concrete steps. Actually, I helped as well. That was years ago. So that was the last time I saw him. I got in my car. I've been driving, and I started feeling, I don't know if someone, let me, communicate with me. They said Corona, COVID or something. And I started feeling like really lethargic. And I was like, this can't be happening again. And I was like, come on, I'm stronger than that. I gotta fight through this. And I remember, I think I got home, and I was just like, I just started thinking about the months prior, how they actually, mentally were assaulting me, threatening me with fear. Actually, Donna, was over our house, and she was just very deceptive about a lot of things. I was telling her what's going on. I was trying to explain to her. I was going through like, it was an attack, physical, mental, psychological, if you want to call it, emotional, and spiritual, and even with illusions and mirages actually. So it was a whole thing. It was fear based. And then I don't know if I was sitting there or driving back. I was like, I was listening to what they were saying, what they were talking about. But I was like, did I just go over there and like I showed up and I was just communicating with them like nothing happened, Like Donna started giving me advice about Donna mixed like advice about you should you should be a dog walker. Be a dog walker. Don't worry about doing construction jobs. Be a dog walker. And I started thinking, yeah, maybe a dog walker. It's not about the money, I walk dogs, stuff like that, or volunteer at the local place. I think she said that. I was like, yeah, that's great. It'll relax me, this and the other thing, But, I was like, am I really just, taking an advice? Also, I started thinking, look how, she was just, ridiculing me when, like, going like a psychological disorder, And, they truly actually, maybe because I was alone, actually, but it's not even the case. They're reading my mind the whole time. And, Stanley Nimick really opened up about his psychotic anger that he used to get till like noon, actually. And he started going to the same doctor I was going for. I was getting my psychiatric meds. It was months after, I actually stopped taking, what was it? It was antidepressant, actually. And, this and the other thing. But I was like, oh, good for you, if you really need him, he's a good psychiatrist, this and the other thing. But just my story about this place, it's like, it's doesn't have a stronghold on me, if you think about it, A lot of where, these people live, they don't have a stronghold on me or memories. A lot of times it's the sentient beings I care about. And, when she was around, how I just couldn't get it together, and I didn't have the relationship with her and him actually, but mostly Chunya. That's the part that bothers me. It really does. I mean, here is this Wawa, it's I show it. I mean, I stopped here a couple times. I was working at MTech, and I think there's a liquor store here. I don't know what it's called, but Stanley goes over there, and we deliver like usually a pallet, and we stop here for like once a couple get fuel, we also have lunch. Just doesn't have it like it's meaningless. Like coming here is like a new experience. I remember, but it doesn't bother me, So I guess the emotional responses that trigger the sadness or grief, it's still sentient individuals that I care about actually cared about me. But I'm gonna end the video on that note. I'm click upload and go to my job interview, even though it's not all nirvana. I mean, you gotta deal with reality on reality terms.